What is a model child?
I don't know.
Docile?
People
boring?
come up and they're like, is she a good baby? They ask, is that baby a good baby? And I don't think I could ever say, like, yeah. Apparently, when a baby is born in the system, a dollar amount is placed on them. If they make every appointment, every test, every vaccine, then...
Really?
Yeah, and doctors get bonuses for meeting the quotas.
If they run the same loop that is a mile, the taller person is actually using more energy to run because there's more weight.
No, you have fewer
You're not
strides.
running 3
It's
miles.
science.
Strides don't matter.
Look
it's
it
the
up.
energy
Let's
used.
look it up. You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast with your hosts, Emily.
And Jason. Emily, this is everyone's yearly reminder that your tax return is just your money that's given back to you because you paid the government too much. So just keep that in mind for those of you out there thinking it was just
splurge
extra
free
money, just free money. Hey, look, the government's paying me more money. No, you
just
paid them
overpaid.
too much money.
Yeah, but it is fun. Not that I've ever experienced it because we've never gotten a tax return, but it feels fun to have money saved that you didn't know you were saving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it feels like a little bonus.
Okay.
And people do it every year, and they're like, I'm going to buy
Do you think that's wise?
such and such. I don't, because, I'd just maybe take that money and put it somewhere else and save it. And then, every year you could save up for something really big in the long term.
Yeah. Okay. Or
you could just
invest
be happy.
it.
Yeah. But
Or
I think people who are willing to spend money are happier people.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could go a little too far because, what is the credit card debt?
Not
in
that.
America?
That's not money that you have.
That's spending. It might not be spending the cash that you have.
That's stressful. I have only ever gone, aside from my student loans, okay, but when I was in college, I had a credit card. It actually wasn't a credit card. It was just like the bank allowed me to go over on my debit card. I had a little extra balance. I think I could spend like $200 below the red. You know what I mean?
Yes. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just looking at the fact.
And so I got to that 200 once. I was $200 in debt. I felt so stressed about it. I was like, I'm never going to pay off this $200. How am I ever going to get this?
That
what
was...
I even spend it on
$200 was a
something?
lot back then.
I know. So... it really stressed me out. And I think that's why I never wanted to go into debt because I felt that little taste of it. We had student loans.
We had student loans.
Tons of student loans.
We had our taste of it, but thankfully...
It felt different because it was like, it's student loans. That doesn't really matter.
That's true. Except it's the only loans you can't bankrupt. Which is crazy. Which is not what they tell you when you're 18. They're like, yeah... Get some more student loans. Go for it. You need to pay for an apartment?
Yeah. No. Yeah. They gave...
I think we got like $7,000 in student loans just to pay for our apartments and computers.
Yeah, and like computers. Yeah, they're just like, oh, you need extra?
Yeah. They were more than happy. They're like, yeah, you know what? You can't bankrupt this, so take some more.
Well, I didn't have a choice. If I wanted to go to college, I had to take out student loans.
Well,
I didn't even... People work full time to pay for their school, I guess.
That sounds like, I can't believe people could do such a thing.
I worked, but I just didn't even know that was a thing until I was already in college, already taking out the loans, and people were like, I'm working at Pella.
Hard work.
And I'm like, what? But you're also like 27.
It's called not having a social life.
That, and they were probably getting some grants for being older.
Oh, no. No way.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. No. But you don't get grants for being older.
Especially if they were... Yeah, well, if they... No.
Oh, he's 40? Non-trad. Let's give him the non-trad grant.
You do get grants if you don't have a lot of money. Not that we
Well,
had a lot
sure.
of money.
Yeah. No, I got some grants. I got grants. We didn't have
Is
any
that the
money.
Keys?
No,
Or
that
Pell?
was
I
Pell
got
grants.
Keys money and Pell money, but it wasn't enough.
I got the grant that whatever your parents were poor.
Yeah,
you
me too. I got that one. I got that. That
Yeah.
was the Pell grant?
I think so. Yeah, I don't remember the names of anything because they're always just throwing stuff. Now, it didn't pay for everything,
It didn't pay for much.
which is no, because that's crazy. Because I mean, college cost probably. Listen, we went to a state school in Kentucky.
$10,000 a year.
Probably. I
Yeah.
think we both came out after grants and stuff. It was like 25 to 30 ish.
Okay, I probably could have worked and made $10,000 in a year.
Yeah,
and
that's what
paid
I'm
for it.
saying. We had like we went to little clubs and stuff. You were the president of this, and like okay, people
I
who
was the
work
president of a few clubs.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. If you're
Oh,
working,
they're not doing that. They're
not-
none of those
none of the
people,
people
in
who
the
are-
fencing club were.
right, the people who don't have debt when they leave college, the people who didn't go
They
to
worked.
get like scholarships, they worked
Mm.
full time and weren't the president of their
What kind of
business club
bums
or whatever.
were we?
So
Yeah,
much.
Here I was
so
thinking,
much.
oh well, if I'm the president of the entrepreneurial club,
definitely
hey,
wanna
look at where
hire
it
me.
got us, though.
Well, what? Wait, what do
you
you
were
mean?
in the entrepreneur club. Remember?
For like a week.
Chase was in it. I was in it. I think we were the founding members, and I was the president. And look at us, we're entrepreneurs. Look at us.
Not because of that.
That could have influenced it.
No,
I was
I have
president.
never once thought of that club.
Those meetings
that I never attended.
that I led.
I'm pretty sure my grades were too low for me to be allowed to be in any club. So no, I'm saying maybe
Give it to me, Jason.
I'll give it to
Give
you.
it to me.
since we could have worked our way through college and didn't. I had a part-time job
Yeah, I had a part time.
for spending money.
Yeah, I worked at Subway.
Woo.
Spilled my tea.
Yeah.
I smelled like sandwiches all the time. I think we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of part time jobs.
Yeah, I was a mailman.
There was one job. I was the racer-thon. I
Ooh.
called people like telemarketing type thing.
Yeah, you asking for money.
Yeah, but they would always cut people early. Like they overstaffed.
Mm.
And then there was like a lottery. And if your name got drawn, you could leave. And I was always like, come on, draw my name. Come on.
See,
draw
that's
my name.
crazy. You want money, but it's like, yeah, I just don't want to work. I got this job, and please just let me leave.
Let me go. Anytime. I was like, yes,
It's like
I'm
you
taking
do
it.
realize you tried to
Yes.
get a job.
In my
right?
mind, I'm like, I got off work, not thinking about the
I'm not
financial
getting
implications.
paid this week.
Well, I didn't get.
It's okay. I'll
It
just
only
get a
happened-
loan.
It only happened like twice.
Do you do weekly loans, loan officer? Yes, we do actually.
Just
Do you
sign
need
here in blood.
$5,000 for this week? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
No, take those tax returns. Make sure you have an emergency fund. Okay.
is this the Dave
Pay off
Ramsey
some debt.
podcast now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Call in and we'll answer your questions with our wealth of knowledge.
You know, I'm.
We're wealthy in knowledge, at least.
But we do have a wealth of knowledge about very little. I know a lot about very few things. No, I am. Do you ever watch Dave Ramsey clips?
You show them to me, so you're.
They're so addictive. They're fascinating.
Well, it's kind of like, are you dumb? That's so mean. But when people call in and they're like, well, I have $500,000 in debt. I've got 7 sports cars, and
What do I do? Dave's always like, "Are you new to this program?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, okay, well, we'll
I
help you.
don't understand how you don't see the path forward here.
Or the ones where they're like, I'm $500,000 in debt. I've got 7 sports cars. I've been watching your stuff for years now. And it's like, that's got to feel weird. It's like, sell the
So
car.
you didn't listen?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's other, people call in and they're like, well, my wife makes $450,000, but we're $700,000 in debt from shopping. I'm like,
That doesn't
what?
sound that off the mark, actually. It sounds like you're talking crazy,
No,
but like
I know.
that's That's
from
normal.
shopping. And
Yeah.
it's like,
People with like $125,000 in credit card debt.
how?
Credit card
How do you
debt.
just let it slip like that?
Sounds awesome.
I would be so stressed.
Can
I
you
would be like,
imagine?
I'm in debt. I'm in debt.
I felt that way about student loan debt.
Yeah.
And like
I was like, nah. Isn't there something about if you turn 40 and you haven't paid it off?
there is a
was
thing.
something.
Yeah, I don't
Or
I
is
don't
it
know.
like 20 years out?
I think it's 20 years and like for
Yeah, I kept
don't
thinking
know.
maybe we'll make it.
20 years ain't so long.
But then you're like, we gotta pay it off.
Debt snowball, baby.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the average, I just looked it up. I thought it was actually going to be higher, but the average credit card debt in America is around between $5,000 and $6,000.
that's not bad at all.
I mean, it's not bad in terms of like if that's the debt you have, not counting the house, you can tackle that.
Yeah, that's totally
that's
doable.
beatable. You get into like 120,000 in credit card debt, and
That feels overwhelming.
there's some of these people that came in. Speaking of student loans, they came in on the show. I've seen it where I think it was a medical student or something, but they ended up
That's
with
crazy.
$1 million in debt.
That's crazy.
Student
That
loan debt.
stinks.
They
yeah,
can't-
that stinks.
Can you imagine?
No,
And they're
I
not
do.
a
I
heart
see why
surgeon or
doctors
something.
make a lot of money because
Yeah, but
they have a
even
lot of debt.
okay,
But they
but
also get bonuses for meeting their quotas for vaccines and stuff. I just talked to someone about that today.
really,
Yeah.
what'd you talk about?
Uh,
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Asterisk. I don't know. Is that the new
that
Seinfeld
doctors
bit? Like,
get bonuses if a certain percentage of their patients get all of their vaccines. Apparently, when a baby is born in the system, a dollar amount is placed on them, and the goal is to reach that dollar amount by the time they are 18. We're talking about like pediatrician right now,
yeah,
but
yeah.
so if they make every appointment, every test, every vaccine, then
Really?
yeah, and doctors get bonuses from our hospitals. I don't know about other hospitals for meeting the quotas. And so they put
What?
pressure on the patients to meet the quotas.
I
so
wonder
they
how
can
much
get
money
the
we're
bonuses.
talking about, like
Yeah, I don't
per like visit or whatever. Like, but I mean, if they see a bunch of people, I'm sure it adds up. And are these just bonuses? This isn't like this is addition to their salary.
Mhm.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's nuts. Is this verified? Like, you're very certain?
I am very certain.
Wow.
Yes.
After the show, I'll have to ask you who you're talking to.
yeah, I'm not going to say it on
fascinated.
air, but mhm.
Wow.
She used to work for them. so
Really?
It was her job.
To get people to
Yeah.
do to count up quotas?
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like? Oh, Dr. Bonko here, and he's
Well, I was just thinking
Not
about
quite hitting his-
before I was like just dipping my toes into crunchiness, like I was buying organic tortilla chips.
oh yeah, that's the way to go.
My, like that's the
That's the entry
that's the-
level.
yeah.
That's entry level. I was buying organic tortilla chips.
Right?
I'm like, certainly these
is-
are not good for you, and these are. I mean, it's obvious. Look at them. One's got a green label.
they're blue corn, so
Oh, well, okay.
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, like sometimes the greenwashing techniques are a little out there and they work, and I don't know how they work.
Yeah.
Like, why would
this
blue
has to
corn
be
be better?
healthier.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, but the pediatrician we were seeing, I was like going to all the well visits and the things, and every
Yeah.
time I was like co-sleeping, and she's like, so the baby has his own bed, right? And I'm like, well, it is his bed.
We own
It's
one.
my bed, but it's also his
We
bed.
share
because
it,
It is a
but
bed.
he does have his own.
But she was so mean to me. She'd pull up this like contagion list about like how I'm going to kill everybody in Paducah if I don't vaccinate my child.
yeah.
All this stuff. I'm like, I stay
Not
home
that there's
with him.
anything wrong with that.
We don't even go anywhere. Like she put a lot of pressure on me, but
But
now
about
I'm
the
like, it's a
co-sleeping too, right?
quota. So like, co-sleeping and
What was
everything.
her quota for getting people to not share a bed?
I don't know. Well, that's just like, they have to do that. So there are reasons people wouldn't need to co-sleep. If you aren't nursing the child, it's not as safe to co-sleep. Because,
does that mean it's not as safe for me to also be in the bed?
Right.
Oh.
And
so
that's why we did a mega bed.
Are we going to do a mega bed again?
We don't have room for a mega bed.
Am I going to sleep on the nugget?
There's 3 beds upstairs in the boys' room. You can go up there.
Looks like I'm moving for another 2 years.
No, but I think I've been interested in a sidecar situation. We never did that before. Might look into that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I can sleep in the middle if we can figure out like a mesh railing situation or something.
Organic cotton mesh.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
There's got to be something.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
When the time comes, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
No, but what was I saying? Oh, yeah, like there are definitely things that you have to think about if you're choosing to co-sleep. And so I thought of all the things. It's called Safe Sleep 7. You can look it up and follow those.
Should I know this?
Well, you're not co-sleeping with the child.
What am I? Oh, because I'm in a different. I'm going upstairs.
Where were you whenever I was co-sleeping?
Listen,
I slept on the floor, on a mattress on the floor. That's what I ended up doing.
That was probably because we couldn't afford bed rails at the time.
That was our first mega bed. You were up on the bed, and I was on a mattress on the floor.
In case you didn't want to fall off or something.
Yeah, I didn't want the baby to fall off.
Yeah.
And I also was thinking about your blankets and your sleep and everything.
Which I'm a super light sleeper.
Maybe that's what we'll do again.
What?
Just get
Put you on the floor?
Yeah. I didn't mind it.
Do I get the Naturepedic?
Yeah. Enjoy.
Really? A king Naturepedic to myself?
We'll see.
That's amazing.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Maybe Naturepedic will send us a floor bed.
Do they have those?
I don't know.
I know that the futon company, mattresses. I think, the futon company, they have all wool, like futon floor beds. I don't know. There's a Japanese word for this floor bed that I can't think of. But or a Naturepedic mattress.
Is it futon?
Japanese?
I don't know.
No, it's some kind of mat. Can't remember. But do you remember the mats they gave us in Korea?
Yeah.
It's a towel.
Yeah.
That was not.
That was not good.
That was not. I will not be sleeping on the floor that way.
Not co-sleeping on
Though that could probably be really healthy for you.
They say that, but I like a little cushion. I like it a little soft. I'm a softie, and I'm fine. And I'm fine, I promise. Yeah. No. So it's pretty crazy. We've actually only had what you might consider a normal sleep situation for how long? A year?
A year.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, it's We've Been Everywhere Man. You know, the Johnny Cash song, I've Been Everywhere Man. There's something there. We should just do. Oh my goodness. You're seeing a video idea live right here. A song parody of I've Been Everywhere Man, I've Slept Everywhere Man.
Yeah.
About the sleeping situations of the babyhood.
We could do that.
That's hilarious.
I don't really like that song that much.
Okay.
So.
What, you just don't like Johnny Cash or something? I've been everywhere, man.
Yeah, I get it. I don't get why he's so famous.
Oh, come on. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Why isn't the guy from Dispatch as famous as Johnny Cash? He is like a far superior musician. Or Nickel Creek.
Chadwick, what's his name? Nickel Creek. Well,
why isn't he bigger?
Chris Thile
than Johnny Cash.
Well, the music.
Johnny Cash's music almost sounds so simple.
Well, you could say the same thing about Bob Dylan too, and Bob Dylan doesn't even have a great
feel good.
I don't know.
Johnny Cash's
Blowing in the Wind doesn't
kinda...
exactly make me feel good.
I
but
don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, the answer, my friend, is Blowing in the Wind. How many times must a man? I don't know. How many times does a cannonball fly before? I don't know. I'd have to. But yeah, Because they were the first
Yeah.
of their genre.
how it always goes,
That's how
yeah.
it goes. They're not necessarily the greatest, though that makes them the greatest. You know? Listen, I could tell you this is all right. This can go deep here, but I got a few listeners out there that would agree with me, okay? There are some like old school 90s, even like Christian bands. Like think Brave Saint Saturn and like the OC Supertones and different things like that. Like they had some of these bands were incredible. You never heard of them, most of the people, because of their genre, and they don't even hardly exist today
Yeah.
because of their genre. First, they're not the first to do it, and they're in this obscure genre that most people don't listen to. But they're incredible. Probably the same for somebody like Dispatch. It's just it's a saturated market. And it wasn't so saturated when Johnny Cash was out there. I'm not saying Johnny Cash wasn't great. He was great. Nobody had ever done his stuff. Nobody had ever done what the Beatles had done. Nobody had ever done what...
But the Beatles are good.
Well, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why isn't Creedence Clearwater Revival better than the Beatles?
They're just as famous.
You think they're... No. No. Than the Beatles?
Surely.
The Beatles are the Beatles. I mean, it's like saying Elvis. It's the Beatles. Again, Elvis.
It's
his own thing, but I couldn't...
I feel like everybody knows.
I
who
know,
that is.
but Journey's not as famous as the Beatles.
Don't Stop Believin' is.
Probably.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, the moral of the story is go listen to some Dispatch songs.
Dispatch.
The
The General.
is such a good one.
Yeah.
And then was it News?
State Radio.
State Radio. News.
News Radio
Like,
was a
News Radio
sitcom
was a
starring
terrible
Joe
sitcom.
Rogan. And
That sitcom was so bad.
no,
We
it
loved
wasn't.
it. We
It was
loved it.
phenomenal.
But the season finale was always like some weird.
It was very weird.
Yeah. Like, what?
It was some off the wall.
And I
stuff.
don't remember if it's appropriate. That may have been before we were.
I mean, it's
who
a
we are.
it's a 90s sitcom, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Take that as you will. So anyway, all that to say, your tax return is money that you already earned. Just saying. Just saying. And if you're like us, you always owe taxes because you always have some form of self-employment going on, whether it's worth it or not.
It's worth it.
Oh, it is now
Yeah.
because,
But in the past.
in the past, some of these endeavors were like, I don't think I should have done my taxes. But
Did I pay taxes on that lemonade stand I did? You think we did?
no. It
You
was
don't
a
think so?
cash business. You don't pay taxes on cash businesses, do you?
I think.
I mean, you do. If you made over $600, you're supposed to.
Well, so my mom and I split, and I think we each only made about $500.
Were you an LLC
No.
and just pocketing $500 cash? You better watch out.
For an
Is it
entire
past-
summer of Saturdays,
How many
that
years has
really
it been?
stinks.
What a
That's
terrible
like a really
business
bad
person you are.
return. We priced it way too low, bought compostable cups, made
You're out
everything
there
from scratch. I
sweating.
know, it was so hot.
You made
It's the
$500
best
bucks.
lemonade. Each.
Wow.
Might have been 400
Yeah.
each.
Okay. Wow.
Our expenses were high though because lemons are expensive, and
We
we're
probably
doing.
spent $500 each just to get everything out there.
No, that was after expenses.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
You're sure? Did
Yeah.
you actually keep up with your
We
expenses?
did.
You wrote down the number, like the amount of lemons you bought and everything else. You actually kept up with expenses.
We kept up with the expenses.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like I don't believe it.
my mom did.
I knew you didn't. I knew you didn't.
We did.
Yeah, okay.
I'm part of the business.
The business did. The non-business sole proprietor.
I am part of the business, so
Which part?
I shook the
You
lemonade.
shook them.
I added the add-ins and did the shaking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look at the books, Kathy.
I didn't add
I'm
water,
curious.
the sugar water. It was organic sugar.
That eats into the profits.
Yeah, it did.
Because you didn't even advertise that it was organic lemonade.
I think we might have. Well, the lemons weren't organic. I think we said made with organic sugar, or
Made with organic.
Yeah.
You were greenwashing. The local people in your lemonade stand?
We locally grown everything. We did all that stuff too.
Locally grown what?
We picked strawberries and picked blueberries.
But not the lemons. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what are we going to do with the lemons?
Get organic ones.
That would have been so expensive.
Yeah.
And we were just buying them at Sam's and Walmart. It was expensive. It was 50 cents a lemon or something.
But you only charged
$3.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They should be like $7.
Yeah, well, if we ever do it again.
Which is actually crazy. Your lemonade should actually be $3. But
max.
But if you want it to be clean and locally sourced with non-organic lemons, it's gotta be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. And you probably would have sold the same amount too. That's the thing. It's worth whatever people are willing to pay for it. They'll pay for it with their tax returns. That's what they'll do. You know, honey, we've had a great year. I think we should go get some lemonade at that stand at the farmer's market.
That sounds
Me?
just like you.
I'm not a tightwad. You're crazy.
Mm.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. All right, I wanted to bring something up, Emily. According to the London School of Economics and Political Science.
You with your random quotes. Are you just like searching the internet like a quote about such and such?
It's usually I need research to back up my theory. Here we go. Hit enter. There's a study.
How many authors do that?
All of them except you.
Well,
you didn't have to do that.
I did too. I did because I
wait. No, that sounds bad. You know.
No, I know. It was just a few things. Like, for example, I knew that breast milk was more nutritionally dense or something like that. So then I have to find the research that actually states
to
that.
state what something you already knew, not something you already suspected, and you wanted to just like you're shoving the like. Okay, there's two different. I was saying that I am just like trying to confirmation
you
bias.
Suspect something. Okay.
Confirmation bias. I'm not saying you. That was a joke.
No, I only did that on things that I knew were true.
Yes,
but
you needed to know.
I needed to know the exact.
Actually,
research.
most of the time it was like you would say this thing that was true, and your editor was like, "We need a study that says this."
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Well, here it is.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about confirmation bias, where it's like, I want this to be true. There's a study.
You can pretty much find it for anything.
I know. I didn't actually do that, and I don't do that for the podcast. I actually look up what's the science of having a third kid. And then I read this thing. And if it's interesting, I bring it up. If it's not interesting, I move on.
Yeah.
That's what it is, actually.
Okay.
So according to the London School of Economics and Political Science and Western University in Canada, having a third baby won't make you happier. And I disagree because I was the third in my family and my parents were so happy.
They were happier with you. You were the favorite. Sorry. If your siblings are listening, it's obvious that you were your mom's favorite.
I actually disagree.
You were your mom.
You know, I always joked that I was the favorite. Listen, I was my grandmother's favorite. Okay, I get that. We all know that. I say it's like, oh yeah.
But that's only because you went and stayed with her when your parents did the kidney.
Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of, over the years, as my parents, I think about all the conversations I wasn't a part of because I was the youngest and wasn't thought highly of enough to be in those conversations.
Or you were just too immature to grasp it, or it's because you went.
That hurt.
Well, you went to church and told everybody you could watch rated R movies.
And so I could!
Don't tell Jason.
We watched The Last of the Mohicans. It happens to be rated R in 1992.
We were telling our older son this morning on the way to homeschool co-op. My mom's friend has a farmhouse that she is not selling at the moment. She's a podcast listener. Hey, Elise.
Hi.
But she said eventually she'd like to downsize. I don't know if she would or her husband would or one of them. they want to downsize and move to a smaller place, but still in Wisconsin.
And I want to move
so
there.
Jason wants their house.
Not in a weird, like I want your house. Get out. No,
he's
their
like,
property is so beautiful.
their property's beautiful. Her kitchen
We've been there
has
so
a
many
massive
times.
window.
It's so beautiful. It's so homey.
100-year-old barn.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. It's a historic home,
It's a
and
dream.
it's got like the most charming attic space, and the wood floors creak just right.
And I probably said in the car, we're moving there. We're doing it. As soon as they give us the green light, we're going to the bank and we're getting it.
So one of Oaks's teachers came up to us afterwards and was like, "Oh, you guys are moving to Wisconsin." What? No.
But what's so funny is he's like, we're not moving. We've always looked at houses. We like to look at houses.
We've been looking at houses.
And he's like, he's opposed to every move.
Every single
and
one.
we're not
We're not
moving.
moving
We're not
there.
moving. And then
We said
because
the
Wisconsin gets a lot of snow and they got
Mhm.
like a blizzard this last weekend. And we started talking about this house and he's like, I'll move to
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin sounds great.
Kid loves snow.
Yeah. And would he love it if he had it all the time? though?
Yes.
Mm.
And then he'd become a hockey player.
He is a redhead, and so he's hot natured. He's too late on hockey, right? I think he's too late.
No, he's athletic.
Yeah, but
He can
You
do
gotta
it and it
start
will be
young.
done. Yeah. Well, I'm not asking him to go to the NHL. Whatever.
if you're not going to do it all the way, why do it at all?
Scholarships for college, so maybe he won't have to pay for it.
Okay, anyway, well, that's not good news for us because we are what? You were like 50%?
What's not good for us? What are you talking
The
about?
happiness thing.
Oh,
I was
sorry. Yeah, back to that.
75%. Were you 65? I was 85. What were we? I don't remember.
Mine was low. And
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago where
Yeah.
we did our happiness test. Mine was low.
I was really banking on
You
this
were higher.
third one.
You
I
were
was
higher.
higher than you, but I was still like a C
Yeah. I was
on
like
the grading scale
like,
or something.
I was.
But
a D.
I have to say, I have felt so much joy this pregnancy. Every little baby move, every little,
Oh, that's
you know,
nice.
like dreaming of holding a baby, that newborn smell, the soft baby hair.
Yeah.
Like every time I see a baby, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a baby in my arms soon.
Yeah.
I just feel so much joy about it. So I disagree, as I always do, with your studies that you shove down my throat
Listen.
in the podcast.
Listen, I just Googled it. Blame Google
It's
and
not
the London
true.
School
and
of
London,
Economics.
yeah, it's like rainy and
That's true.
dreary.
People in London aren't happy.
They're not that. Well,
None of
they're
them-
friendly.
Eh,
They're friendly.
they can be.
I
They're
know
kind
they have
of
friendly.
that dry humor doesn't come from happiness. Comes from
Mm.
being in England, which is fine. We love the England listeners
I
too.
would move to England
Yeah, I
over
would too.
Wisconsin.
I would too. I wouldn't be happy, but I would move there.
I
It's
would if we
beautiful.
lived in the Cotswolds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, white woman in the Cotswolds. Can you imagine? Never heard of that before.
Well, mm.
Oh, wow. Where do you want to live? The Cotswolds? Oh, okay. Anyway, while parents' happiness increases in the year before and after the first and second children, the birth
No,
of the third children
not
doesn't
for
see the
me.
same increased happiness. I think what we might
I
be seeing
think
is the inverse.
Yeah, we're gonna experience the inverse.
Because our children at the before and after year was let's
before-
say we were tested.
Yeah, we were tested.
We were tested.
But I think a lot of it was my own fault because I was like
Yeah.
so hyper
yeah.
anxious and scared, and that like
That was
rubs off on the kid.
And people trying to shove parenting stuff down your throat as a new mom. That's
Right.
so much harder than where
So
we are
hard.
now. Because we are
And
like we're so confident.
Feeling like you're
in
failing
a good
and
way.
not doing everything right.
Yeah.
and
Which
what
we
do I
didn't
do?
feel that way with the second one.
No,
The
no, but I
first
didn't
one-
necessarily feel like increased happiness.
Dopamine.
I did love having a baby. He was a very clingy baby,
Yeah.
which I think babies are clingy. But I think like, so prior to this one, I think I like thought of a model child. And I'm like, why aren't my kids doing the things that like a model child would do? Why is my baby fussy? Why, you know?
What is a model child?
I don't know.
Docile?
People come
Boring?
up and they're like, Is she a good baby? You know, they ask, is that baby a good baby? And I don't think I could ever say, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got such a good baby.
Well, what's a bad baby?
Fussy.
Babies fuss.
I know, and I know that now. But I thought, like, my babies are just hard babies. I just had harder babies than other people whose babies just seemed happy all the time.
I would be interested to know, and I bet you can't study it because it's too out there. Sorry if I interrupted, but if you're going somewhere. But, like, I would be interested to know if the babies that are completely good babies, like docile, like don't cry much, or just kind of content all the time, versus the very fussy ones that start out with
IQ.
No,
Is that what you were
no,
gonna
I'm not
say?
saying IQ. I'm saying I wonder what their personalities are like. I wonder if they have.
They turn out.
Are they that way their whole life? Are they that guy at the copy machine who's just like never smiled, never, like just boring, even keel, or are they like super high energy? I don't know. I would be interested to know if the people who are fussy babies tend to become more have a brighter personality than the kids that didn't.
I don't know. I don't think that's
Probably
studyable.
unstudyable.
I think it also has to do with the environment they're in. I think some moms don't even recognize if their baby's fussing because they just expect fussiness from a baby. Like they have realistic expectations of babies. It's kind of like you. You had to figure out what's a realistic expectation of children. Even having our own children, you're like, why are they acting like this? And I'm like, they're children.
I think 5-year-olds are plenty capable of holding a job. It's fine. Like, I've been telling him to get applications. He won't do it. And I'm like, you lazy kid, get out there, support the family. He won't do it.
Yeah.
He just
Jason,
cries.
No, but there have been ways that you just didn't have realistic expectations.
I don't know what a kid's supposed to be. I still don't know. I just like, well, here's the bar, meet it. And if you don't, what are you doing?
And I don't think I knew what a baby was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, because
see, I think I was fine with a baby. Like,
you weren't home.
Yeah.
You weren't waking up in the middle of the night constantly.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Our second-born slept on my chest for a year.
At 4:30 a.m., who dealt with him from the time until it was finally like,
I don't have breasts.
I need 2 hours of sleep. Please allow me this 2 hours.
I made her beg every night.
Oh.
No, I didn't. Anyway.
Yeah, no. I just think I didn't have realistic expectations, and now I do, and so I think I'm gonna be joyful and happy, and I think it's gonna be great. I'm not like relying on the baby to increase my overall happiness.
No,
That's
if
not
she
a
does
good
not
idea.
increase our happiness, she's out. She's out. She'll have to go get a job. No, I think it's weird. I think research like this is weird. I find this research sometimes, and I'm like, who's studying this?
Yeah.
That has got to be family by family. I cannot.
Totally.
I understand
And
that you see patterns over, but how many? No, I don't know how many families they
What's
studied.
the age gap?
Exactly.
Right? Like,
There's
if
so
you have
many-
3 kids under 3 years old,
You're gonna have a heck
I
of a
would say
different
that
life
is-
than we are.
then that is different.
Our kids
than
are 8 and 6
about to be 6.
when
Don't
the
rush
baby
him.
when the baby's here,
Yeah.
and that's very different than 3 under 3.
And it depends on the older kids' personalities. Like I was talking to a mom today. She had older boys when she had a baby girl. And they weren't interested in babies. But like our older son,
Both of them actually.
both of them, but mostly
More so than him, yeah.
is obsessed with babies. He's
Yeah.
like so excited for this baby interaction, holding the baby. He
Right.
wants to hold the baby while it naps and
Yeah.
like all the
That's so
things.
sweet,
So
Yeah, so it makes me wonder, like, how in the world can you even
can't study
do a
it.
study on that when there's
Just-
what are the hard numbers here? You got to go like 3 under 3 or like 3
Yeah.
under 4, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
But I understand it's just across the board. But then happiness is also subjective. Are you asking these people while they're sleep deprived? Nobody looks at their child rearing and really focuses in on the hard sleeping days once their kid's like 10.
Right.
You start to forget those things a little bit. And so, like, are you asking parents who are in the throes of it? Well, of course they're going to feel unhappy right now. They hate their lives in a way.
Yeah.
Lack of sleep by itself. And listen,
It's so
I haven't been
hard.
sleeping that great lately. I hate my life. When I'm not sleeping, it's like I feel wrecked.
Yeah.
Well, of course, if somebody throws a survey in my face, are you happy right now? No! I want to sleep. Of course I'm not happy.
Yeah.
So I don't know when they're asking these people, but they're also in London. It's like it never sunshine. There's no sunshine here.
Yeah.
So
It never sunshines.
it never sunshines ever. Ever. All right. Well, there's two compelling narratives here, okay? Narrative one. We're too old and we don't have the energy.
You're saying that about us?
No, I'm saying that's one narrative we could take.
Okay.
That's what people worry about. Like with the sleepless nights, the chasing toddlers, the keeping up physically. I worry about the keeping up physically.
Yeah.
Cause
You shouldn't because you're not that old.
but like man, this
You
isn't
jumped on the
this isn't
trampoline the other
good.
day.
This isn't good. Our 8 and 5-year-old, Dad, come jump with us on the trampoline. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I go out there and I'm like jumping on the trampoline and I'm suddenly 90 years old and I can hardly breathe. And you know that pain in your chest you get when you run like 3 miles?
I've never
It's
had
like-
that.
It's like 4
Never
jumps and I'm
ran.
like, what in the world happened to me? What's
Yeah.
it? Hey, jump me up and down, Dad. My knees can't take it. I'm like, what in the world? I'm not even 40. And I'm just like, I am completely out of shape. I'm just out of shape.
I think a trampoline that's a little unfair.
No, don't give it to me. Thank you, but don't give it to me.
A
I do not
trampoline
deserve what you're giving me.
It is tricky.
I don't. No, it's not.
It
It's
is.
not.
Just
It's
look
not.
up trampoline fail videos.
I understand. It's not. It's not an out. I have no excuse.
I don't have any trouble jumping on a trampoline.
Thank
so-
you.
But I feel like you're in better shape than me. You can
don't
run
think
further
so.
than me.
Well, I can't jump higher.
I could probably do more jumping jacks. I could probably
Jumping jacks
Yeah.
on the ground?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
This is a challenge as soon as the baby's born. Well,
No.
give me like 8
You gotta get
weeks
your
or-
pelvic floor back in order before we can have that competition. So,
yeah, just
a jumping jack competition
1 year.
could take hours.
give me 1 year for
That could
now.
take push-ups. I can see. 'Cause It's
I
like
could do far more sit-ups than you.
sit-ups.
Yeah.
Heck no.
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
Pregnant.
You're full of it.
No, I'm not. I could do far more sit-ups.
Sit-ups
than
have never been hard for me.
you. Never been hard for me either.
Well then, okay.
We're doing it. We're gonna have
Are
a
you
sit-up
being-
challenge tonight.
What?
Yep.
I
we're
mean,
doing
you
it.
do come from a man who did 6,666 sit-ups
My
in
dad.
24 hours.
I have a legacy.
Yeah, to maintain. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you sit-ups.
I could outdance you any day.
The Charlie Brown dance? I don't think so.
Not the Charlie Brown
Yeah,
dance.
that's
but
what I thought.
any kind
Wait,
of
is it
like,
freestyle? Do I get to choose my own dance? Yeah.
As long as it's the same level.
I will outdance you.
No, I will.
When I get in
We're
hyper
doing it right after we do our sit-up challenge.
right after that. And is that after the jumping jack challenge? Cause
No, remember I said we're gonna wait a year on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you realize that could take like 3 days.
A jumping jack challenge?
It's basically whoever passes out. Jumping jacks are 0 effort.
They're hard.
No, they're
Okay,
not.
you'll out jump jack me.
There
Yeah,
are
they're hard. Are you doing them
push-ups are
correctly?
hard.
Okay,
Jumping jacks
I could
aren't
definitely
hard.
out burpee you.
Probably. Yeah, it's the squats that get me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Squats aren't hard for me. But like I said, you can outrun me.
You have less room to go. You're closer to the ground.
No, that's the same argument that I make. We run a mile together. I'm actually running 3 miles.
That's not true. It's relative.
No, I'm taking far more steps than you.
But it's not more energy.
No, other people agree with me.
I'm actually using more energy. Okay,
no.
Can we settle this podcast?
No.
Can I present this? Can I present this to the podcast listeners, please?
Can I present it?
No, you skew things when you present things.
You're going to skew it.
I will not. Okay, listen. I propose that if 2 people, one who is 5'3" and one who is 6'2", run the same mile,
6'1.5".
Excuse me, my license says 6'2".
And mine says 5'7".
No, it doesn't.
They don't measure you.
If they run the same loop that is a mile, they are the taller person is actually using more energy. The shorter person's taking more steps, but the larger person is using more energy to run because there's more weight.
No, but
to run the loop.
You have fewer
You're not
strides.
running 3
It's
miles.
science.
Strides don't matter.
Look
it's
it
the
up.
energy used.
Let's look it up.
It's the energy
No,
used.
strides do matter because every stride is energy.
Yes, but it takes more energy to do my stride.
No.
Yes,
Look it up.
does.
Look it up.
I have more weight.
Look it up. Look it up.
How do you even look this up?
What's the science behind why short people have to run further?
Short people use more energy when running than tall people. You see, so it doesn't really matter.
What?
It doesn't really matter.
See, I knew it. I knew it all along.
Shorter people often use more energy per unit of body mass than taller people when running because of shorter legs. Smaller runners often take more steps to cover the same distance, which increases their relative energy expenditure. However, taller individuals may burn more calories in absolute terms due to greater body mass, making efficiency largely dependent on body proportion and stride rate.
But really, it's basically what it boils down to I'm right. Yeah, basically.
Well, it's not like
I
you
can't
running.
believe we've never looked this up, and we've been having this argument.
I'm actually
kind of
sad that we looked it up now.
No, I feel so validated.
Well, it's not like you're running 3 miles.
It's true.
Well, I'm running actually 3 miles whenever I run a mile. It's like, well, that's not how it works.
I said
sorry.
With you.
That doesn't make
because
a difference.
I'm
You're still
having to
running
keep
the
up.
same mile.
No.
You don't have to keep
different.
up. You've never kept up. So it doesn't matter. It's not like this is even a real thing. So, anyway.
But
okay.
somehow our 8-year-old can keep up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I slowed down slightly, but actually he ran that mile like a boss with me. That was awesome. I guess I'm fine. I just need to make sure I stay, Anyway, narrative number 2, we're actually better parents now.
Oh, I totally believe that.
Ooh, I'm so much better than I used to be. You've been great.
Yeah, I'm pretty much born to be a mom.
You're born to be wild, born to be a mom.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm more patient. I have more patience.
Than you used to. You're not saying than me.
No, right. No. I'm not an angel. So,
thanks. I'm just kidding. I have plenty of failing moments, and just like any mom.
Not just like any mom.
Most moms.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm your average mom.
No, you're above average.
Thanks.
You didn't use organic lemons at the lemonade stand. That's true.
I think I did give some to our son.
Ooh. You should check your mom status. More stability, more perspective.
Yeah.
So much more
you
perspective.
You can see that seasons go so quickly.
I know.
Yeah, I think like in the throes of it at the beginning, we were like, this is going to last forever. We'll never sleep again. And will there ever be a 3 o'clock that isn't filled with screaming?
Yeah, I know.
Just.
Right. Yeah, but just speaking to that, just even in the last year, I've seen our boys grow so much, and it's probably harder too because, just seeing like they were in a video that we put out yesterday, and their voices are different. You hear it when you hear it day to day, but then like I watched a video with their voices in it from like 2 years ago, and then Alder he says prison. He's talking about prison, like prison, and like with the W, and he doesn't do that anymore. And it's like, oh no, I forgot he speaks clearly now.
I mean, he always spoke really clearly, but he did have that little
the cute
speech
little
the cute little speech impediments.
All the little
yeah. Our older one didn't have any of that. He just spoke so clearly and perfectly from day one, and I loved it with our second one.
It was so cute. It was so cute. And then it just sort of faded away.
Yep.
Yeah. He used to call it oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Instead of oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Probably clarify.
Right. Yeah. No, that was
clarify. I said clarify.
He used to call his blanket oatmeal. Yeah, and like what you said earlier, there's less anxiety about just doing everything perfectly.
Yeah.
You just do it as the kid needs it.
Yeah.
And most things just work out.
Yeah.
And you pivot along the way. And I don't know. I like narrative number 2. I see narrative number 2 is...
what was it again? I don't think I was paying attention.
The other one's not as good.
Thinking about running further than...
The other one's just basically worrying about all the things that are going to be bad. And this one's about like, we've been through it before. We can do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I disagree with your studies and disagree with all of your thoughts ever.
My thoughts? I agree with you. I mean, I do use more energy running. I do. I see us.
You see us?
Yeah.
Then you should
way
know.
More energy on that mile than I do.
My legs are even
struggling.
short for a short person. My legs are short. All my height is in my torso, which is really sad.
It's actually like running 5 miles for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You ran a half marathon last mile we did. You're like, you actually run a marathon. It's like, this really isn't fair. This is 57 miles.
People run 50 miles at a time.
Yeah.
There was just a race in LBL
there's
over
a race
the weekend.
that does 100. There's a race where they run 100 miles.
What makes you think that that's a good idea?
The human spirit. The human spirit.
There's nothing in me.
It's the same spirit that says, you've got this mile, Jason. You can do it. And I do that mile in at least 12 minutes.
12-minute mile with your legs. You can walk that.
My best is 5:45, and that was a long time ago.
High school?
No, college, but yeah, I can. If I just went right now, I could probably do a 7. But
if I went right now, I bet mine. And I was really trying, probably 12 or 13, if I'm being honest.
Oh, come on.
I think it's almost faster for me to power walk.
Maybe.
I went on a run once. I'll never forget it. I was with this guy when I was in high school, and he ran track and stuff. So it was like, hey, you want to go for a run? I'm like, can we just spin a flag?
Yeah.
That sounds like
very
I
color
can
guard of
spin you.
Yeah.
Come on. Apparently, I've always been competitive.
Except at running.
So, I couldn't do it, but I had to. So I was like leaping to try and cover more ground.
Skipping?
Not skipping. Leaping. So I got like a little break.
To cover more ground?
Yeah. Leap like a ballerina.
Why wouldn't you just run faster?
Leap. Pause.
Leaping would slow you down.
Pause. Leap. It
what
didn't.
are you
it
doing?
Worked for me. I was leaping. I'll never forget feeling like I hope he doesn't notice that I'm leaping.
He definitely did, except that you were probably so far behind him that he didn't see you leaping.
Leaping, and That's a strategy that worked for me that day. Sometimes I skip. I used to skip, and that helped a lot.
Skipping's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
I don't
Skipping
know
is
why.
so much easier than running.
Yeah. Well, not on hills.
Yeah, you get that little break in the... You get a little break.
You and your breaks while you're in the air. No, that's not a break.
The leap break was on the land. It was a
Oh.
little break, and then jump.
That sounds horrible. It's probably why squats don't bother you. You're a
Probably
leaper.
just- yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm excited. I'm not worried, and things
I'm
are
not
just
worried.
gonna be what they're gonna be. So,
How are we going to do the podcast with this newborn situation, though?
she will
I'm
be.
not sending her outside with the boys.
She'll be suckling upon the mother.
So
Sorry
the
if
baby's going to
we're
be
gonna
part
get
of the
her
podcast.
her own microphone
Please don't.
with all the noises.
This feels vulgar.
This is gonna become an ASMR, a mothering ASMR.
Please, it's so gross. That is like the worst. This feels
Everyone knows the
Wrong.
sound. Everyone knows.
feels
the sound.
wrong.
What-
Just stop.
what-
Just
I mean,
you're gonna have to put an E next to it.
somebody told us we had an E next to one of our episodes, explicit. It's like I guess I marked it wrong. I don't know. Maybe it was the one where we were talking about
She said it was nadeling.
nadaling. It was
Mhm.
that episode.
Yeah.
That's funny. I wonder if it did that automatically
Wonder if someone reported us.
about nadaling.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some tightwads who listen to us sometimes. Send us letters because you're being so disrespectful to me. I don't care.
Well, Jason, are you ready for this challenge? Or
No, the sit up. Yeah,
and-
yeah. If you want to see the challenge, the sit up challenge, we could do a video, but you have to leave a review if you want to see it.
You're gonna comment the link on their review.
You can't comment on reviews, but if we get enough reviews talking about our sit up challenge, we'll do it. We'll do 9-month pregnant sit up challenge. I don't think
I'm
that's
not
safe.
9 months pregnant.
No,
I'm
it's just when we decided to do it. I don't think that would be very safe. I think that would be bad. We'll ask your midwife.
yeah.
She can coach us. Anyway, well, thank you for listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast on the Airwave Network. And we had a wonderful time, and we hope you have a wonderful day as well.
Yes. Thank you. Have a great week.
See you next time.
Bye.
Times and places are all in who you share them with.